Jim, I'm fixing to go to sleep, or I'm gonna just eat some chicken nuggets and I'm gonna relax. Tomorrow's like my really last day to chill out and just like, clear my head and watch TV and smoke weed and not think about too much. Because then start Tuesday, I'm gonna have to start doing stuff. Uh, there's a cat at my door. Anyway, let me read this because then I'm gonna go. If you are so happy Lindy is out of your life, then why do you continue to whine because she doesn't want to be your friend? I don't want to be her friend, Jim. I didn't want to be her friend a while, just like she probably didn't want to be my friend a while when we still talked. Uh, that wasn't me back then. This is me. And my friend Christy is more of a friend than Lindy ever was. If I would have just stayed talking to her, never found Boyd and never found Lindy, I probably would be a lot saner for it, Jim. Uh, you can have her back, Jim. I got her back. There's not even gonna change. She never needed you for a damn thing, and everybody knows it. Okay, Jim, that's fine. That's fine. You didn't used to get her wound up, Jim, and then sick her on everybody that you didn't like, Jim. Is that what you did? That's what it appeared to me after watching the situation for many years. Okay. I know what y'all did to me. You had no right to, Jim. Come on. Can you imagine, Jim, if I went anywhere, be it read anything of yours or watched your web history, anything? Do you know how mad you would be at me, Jim? You know? I mean, what do y'all think you're detectives or something? Corey's thought she, remember what you used to call her? What'd you call her? She used to think she was a detective too. If she wanted to be a detective, she should have went to like police school or something and bettered herself. I don't know what to tell her. She's not a detective, Jim. You're not a detective. It's ridiculous. Y'all are so weird. Y'all are so weird. I know what I was seen on. I know how I was seen in my room, Jim. That's sick. It's sick. And I just don't think that was Angelo. I don't think it was Angelo, even though I know the ship's involved. Because why did Stewie, who hates my guts, throw Linda out there as the sacrificial lamb? I don't get that part. That's the part that I'm missing. There's something I'm missing because I know JT's involved because Nick Abbott's involved, Noodles is involved, Linda is involved. It just stems a lot of that way too. And Angelo would never. I just can't imagine Angelo putting everything on the line with a bunch of people that you know what I mean? You can't trust. So I don't know. Anyway, let me finish this up, Jim. Okay, she never needed you for a damn thing, and everyone knows it. Okay, good for her. If she wants to believe that lie so she can make it another day in life, then good for her. What's up? I don't have my glasses on, so I'm like trying to read this iPad and I can't do the chat at the same time. Okay. Everybody knows it. You, on the other hand, don't know anything, and that's not going to change either. If you can't handle the internet, weak little girl, just lock up. Well, Jim, I can handle the internet. It's y'all that can't handle the internet that have to go into people's real lives. That's you, Jim. That is you. Uh, come on, whatever. To save, how do I say it? I can't prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Alex was trolling me before 4-6, but I believe that. I believe it because I remember the things that Eight Toes said over there in Jake's that were pretty, now looking back, especially meant for me to hear. And so anything after December 21st that I posted that community page on my channel, then I know Corey knew. So from you had for all that time until August to do whatever you wanted to do around my home, around Wi-Fi, to learn the hours when my mom wasn't here. Stewie can keep me occupied because he's in there telling, doing the and I even remember one time when he was sexy talking and like I was done and I was like, okay, I busted a nut. And he's like going on and on. He's like, just pretend someone's watching from the corner of the room. And then I remember Brian K saying, well, you need to get some thicker tape. If you're going to put, I can see you. And who knows? Who knows? Oops, what did I just hit? Oh, did I just hit that? Oh, anyway, I got to go. I just hit the, okay. Do you want out, cat? Oh, these cats. Okay. At the 11 p.m. I missed the catfish stew. Okay, whatever about Stewie. Whatever. Whatever. When Lindy wants to admit that she catfished you, she catfished Thomas, and she catfished me, then we'll talk about catfishing. We'll talk about catfishing them. I understand the reason that you want to put. I don't think Stewie's gay. Period. Whatever I say, I say. I don't think Stewie's gay, but I'm going to tell you, I do believe he was suicide trolling me before 4-6, or at least trolling me, or at least something was up. I don't know. I don't know. So anyway, so I'll give you that. So no proof of anything. Yeah, I know though, Jim. I know, and y'all know. That's all that matters. That's all that matters to me. My septic tank is still busted. It's not overflowing, Jim. It's not bubbling up. I just don't like take a really long shower and I don't flush my sip paper, Jim. And when I can afford to have that dug up at a new septic tank, I will. But I keep it clean. I flush bleach down. It as long as I don't sit there and like I got the washer that goes out through the side of the house there, so it doesn't get too backed up. As long as I don't run the water, it goes down. And sometimes I have to unclog it. Sometimes I have to try to get that root out of the pot. Whatever, Jim. That's my second septic tank. This is my home. Once again, you and Mara are fixated on my feces. So I die, come on. Come on. I wasn't even fixated over Stewie's feces, Jim. So y'all need help. Okay. We're not pooping in water. You seen my bathroom and you seen mom's bathrooms. We're not pooping in bags. If I want to, I don't know what mom does in hers. I think she's a baby wipe. I don't know. I tell her not to flush the toilet paper. Sometimes she does, sometimes she doesn't. And I try not to because I don't want to go out there and have to unclog it. So, Jim, don't worry about my doo doo. Don't worry about my doo doo, Jim. That's all there is to it. He crazy. It's crazy the city he lives in and lets him and his mom poop. Whatever, Jim. Pooping in bags. You're so ridiculous. Ridiculous. A bully. Who's a bully, Jim? I think a bully is a woman that's on the fucking run that was over there calling baby semen. And I think a bully is some man who's gross enough to tell Paulette Briggs that that her kids were sticking her grandkids were sticking their tongue in her mouth, Jim. That's you. I'm not a pedophile. I don't look at little kids. Everybody knows what I am attracted to. Okay? So you tell me a whole bully. I got kicked to the head for what? For what, Jim? For what? Because you couldn't handle words on the internet? Because Alex couldn't be handled called a cuck in a DM? And Lindy didn't want to go to jail. And why are you living in a van and staying in hotels? Are you creeping around her house when Thomas isn't there or he's out of town or something so she can have a little rendezvous with you? Why are you in a van like Linda? Be- Jim, this is all I'm going to say about beautiful Beth Roche. It's a lovely name and it just rolls off the tongue. Beth Roche. Don't you just love to say it, Jim? I love to say it. Beth Roche. Uh, you and Lindy, just like Corey Briggs proved that Lindy is a nut job, you and Lindy and me have proved Beth Roche is a nut job. 4 Facebook pictures. No, no. Anyway, I'm not going to do it. Okay, so we don't read her. My mom has yes, Jim, it's true. I'm going to have to take care of it. You're not going to have to take care of it. No one's going to have to take care of it but me. And where did I see some, uh, selling the house? Jim, come on. That was I made a point about selling the house to throw out the threat is once I have three or $400,000 in my pocket, some people are going to finally understand how much terror they put me through. That's all I'm saying about that. I wasn't saying like I'm gonna like hold her funeral and then come on, Jim. I say shit. I say shit that's in my head. I don't have a filter. I don't have a filter. It's in my head. I spit it out sometimes, Just random thoughts. Ask Stewie. He trolled me almost to death, so he should know with the help of John Thompson that got my last $20 from PayPal. Sure did. Okay. My final thoughts, let's see. To Crying Ryan. I thank you for addressing me properly. It's Crying Ryan. uh, Crying, dying Ryan, but it's not Lion Ryan. Maybe it used to be Lion Ryan, but it ain't been Lion Ryan for a while, Jim. I don't know what mod on crack, but when I take my wig, aka hat off, Jim, I still look better than you. I still do. I still look better. I'm sure if you look at my face in the light of an iPad laying back with my neck, it's not a very attractive look, Jim. I'm sure it's not. But in a light, and I brush my hair and I look straight at the mirror, I'm a lot better looking than 75% of the people around here. And I would kind of guess to say 90%, to be honest with you. Okay, but that's not saying much. Being good looking around here is like being like mid at best in real life. Okay, but I look like mod on crack. Well, I wish I was on crack because I'd be a little bit skinnier. I have no need to tell Lindy to do anything, but rest assured that I like her own personal terminator. Yes, Jim, because she's a felon and she shouldn't have to serve her probation sentence like every other person on this planet would have to, because she's special. She's entitled. She doesn't have to do what the rest of society says to do. You know what I mean, Jim? That's Lion Lynn. That's Lion Lynn in a nutshell. She's too good to serve her time for what she did. Cat, I'm not getting up. Let me finish this so I can get off here. You got it twisted on what you think my is a perfect world. Okay. You got it twisted on what you think my perfect relation would be in a perfect world. That would be me running you into somewhere with nobody around. No, yeah, Jim, whatever. Like, I don't hate you enough to kill you, Jim. I just don't. I don't hate you enough to kill you. I'm not moving along. You know, I never abused my grandmother. I never even raised my voice in my grandma my entire life. Screenshots, I know, Jim, but they will. But you know what will hold up in civil court? Guess. And tell me I can't get it. They're sure getting Taylor Swift's text messages in that civil case without Baldoni. I suggest you kind of research that case. I was shocked at what you can actually get in a civil crime that you could actually subpoena and get, because the proof the proof doesn't have to be, beyond a reasonable doubt in a civil trial, so you can get things you wouldn't normally. Anyway, I gotta go through. Okay, and I think we're back to, where was this one? Okay. Proof. Jim, I know what that fugitive parroted back to me, that when I was in a car and that was my friend. Jim, that girl ain't never done a bad thing in her life, and Corey Briggs should have never known, not for 1 second, about poems or Hallmark cards. And nothing you say, nothing you can blackmail me, nothing y'all can try to team up, and we're all gonna stand our ground and fuck you, Ryan, because we're right and you're wrong when you're not right. When you tell me why you had the right to violate my privacy to commit crimes against me when I never committed a crime against y'all, you tell me that, and then you think you're gonna blackmail me with shit you got illegally, that I would die first. Die, Jim, because that's not fair. And just like Lindy doesn't play fair, she's on the fucking run. She doesn't think she has to take accountability for anything. So you and Tara and Dateline and all those people that tried to prop her up, and poor fucking Lindy. Okay. So when she makes a troll account and go calls their little kids scene or whatever comes back to them, then that's fine. Come on, Jim. So there really just ain't much more to say. I'm gonna get off here and I'm gonna rest. But isn't that sad too, Jim? That Lindy's such a piece of shit that you had to literally go into my private life to try to drum up something or come or some convoluted something to try to make me look worse than her, Jim. How sad is that? Look how much better my life is. Even with mom having cancer, my life is better than when I was a friend to Lindy, Jim. Period. So keep worrying about my septic tank, because evidently you see it more than I do. You think about it more than I do, Jim. I don't think about your doo doo, but I guess it's flattering, right? I guess it's flattering. I don't know what to tell you. I don't care who Stewie's with. I do not like Stewie in that way anymore. I was in a bad place, and in my right mind as of now, I would have never had anything to do with him. He's not my type. Um, and I'm not going to be mean, so I'll just leave it at that. So, and I saw Mara over there. Mara, dear. If my privacy can be invaded the way it was, Mara, then I think you can get over that picture of your daughter's rental home. Your adult daughter that was moving away from that home at the time. Remember, you were up there. So you can go, and you know what, Mara? I still cannot wait till you're dead in the ground. I can't. I'm going to piss on your grave, and I'm going to go live when I do it. So you can have a big old party over there about my mom having cancer, because if you had cancer, I would be throwing a party too. See, that's fair, Mara. That's playing by the rules, Mara. You're obsessed with me, Mara, just like Lindy. I know the level of Lindy's obsession, just like Jim does. Jim said it. Well, over there with Mark when that first started going, he's like, don't get her going. She'll never let off of you, because she's obsessive like that. If she feels jaded by you in any way, and you don't think that narcissist felt jaded about me talking shit about her, ooh, that woman is a narcissist. Period. So everybody can hate me. All those years that Corey was right. Now what? How have y'all rectified that behind the scenes and justified all that? Oh, well, he's just so bad we'll hate bond together because he's what? Because I'm what, Jim? No one can tell me what I did to deserve this, because there's no reason. You're not the police. You're not nothing but some weirdo freaks that hate me on the internet that had no right to know anything going on around my home, my grandma's, or for Corey Briggs to know that my friend had a poem folder on her phone. And I don't think anybody's tapping phones. I believe you heard the conversations in her home because she was on speakerphone 90% of the time. And that fugitive was involved with that. And so were you. And so was Linda. Why did Stewie push Linda off as the why? Why? That's what I want to know. I was putting that pressure over on the ship, and then all of a sudden Stewie's like, "Oh, it's Linda." So why? Am I being thrown off the track, or am I on the right track? I don't think the ship would like all that pressure on them. So I figured if I put a little pressure on them, I might get somewhere. So I did, but is it the truth or is it not? Only time will tell, Jim. Only time will tell. But you're not going to tell me I'm a bad person. A fugitive that is a criminal, because what was done to me was a crime, Jim. So yes, she is still committing crimes while on the run. Dress that up, switch it up, make excuses however you want, but that's the truth. You know who hasn't committed a crime, Jim? Me. That's who. And if I did, I'll take responsibility for it. Just like the police come up here, I'm like, gun. They're trying to blackmail me about a gun. I ain't going to be blackmailed out of there, go to jail. That's what I said, and that's what I mean, and it's what I stand by. Y'all are wrong. I'm right. I kid about the winning and losing, but it's not about winning and losing. It's about right and wrong. Just like I stood my ground on Lindy, even though she's a nut job liar, I stood the ground on what was right. So, and I'm standing the ground. I don't need a whole army of people to defend myself. I can defend myself just fine. Evidently, Alex and evidently Bridget and evidently the fugitive need a whole army of people to terrorize me. I only need an army of one to terrorize y'all. So have a good night, Jim. I'm going to lay here and chill out. And tomorrow's my last day to just enjoy doing this, because I'm not going to be able to do this for a while. So have a great night, Jim. Tell Lindy to do the right thing. Do the right thing, Jackie. You don't want to die a fugitive. What kind of sad, pathetic life is that? But I'll be there when you do die one day, and I will tell them what you did to me, Fugitive Lynn. You had no right to do that, Lindy. He could have trolled me. You had no right to know anything going around my home, any emails. There's no justification for it. Because I'm a catfish, you're a catfish. Because what? I'm a criminal, you're a criminal. Because what, Lindy? You had no right to know any private thing, any kind of way. Neither did Bridget. Neither did Bridget. I remember when my mama texted me to get coffee, and then I remember it. I remember it. And it makes me angry when I relive it. It makes me very angry because it was terrifying to me. And I never did anything. I gave the boy thousands of dollars. Anyway, it's pointless. It just makes me upset, and I don't feel good, Jim. But I hope you're enjoying the hobo lifestyle. I really do. David Bulldo. You're a weirdo, David Bulldo. You are. And Linda is a weirdo. Hey, Linda, why don't you go cam up? Let's see you. Let's see you. Let's see you, Linda. I'm sure I don't look too pretty right now at this angle, but you know. Well, I don't know. For some reason, oh, are you? No, don't pull that down. No, Lily, you're gonna pull the little thing down. Let's see. Look, my face is greasy. Look here. Let's look at here. Do I look here? full head of hair. Okay, now if I'm laying on this bed all the way back like this with the light, I'm sure it's not a pretty look. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it probably looks like that post that Brian K posted over there. But in light and in oh my god. Anyway, I'm not going to defend my looks, Jim. When that fugitive has a 2-inch neck, beautiful Beth Roche is morbidly obese. I'm not going to defend my looks. Isn't little Brian K. Anyway, Jim, I'm going to go. It's just pointless. I just want you to know how much you hurt me, Jim. And I want that fugitive to understand that she's in the wrong on this. She just is. She is. So that's all I got to say to you. I hope you have a great night, Jim. I hope you're feeling well. Bridget, I hope you're feeling well, dear friend. I hope you feel just wonderful when you wake up. Lindy, I miss you, girl. You're just so special. You're a special person, and you mean so much to me. And Alex, I just thank you for blessing me with the time you did, sir. Such a good soul you are. Jake, Dina, y'all have a great night. Everyone, have a great, great night. I wish you nothing but happiness and joy. Smile, because you never know whose day you might brighten. It might even be your own. Bye, y'all.